Randall Park Mall was a shopping mall in North Randall, Ohio that opened in 1976 and closed in 2009. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest mall video, defunct store, or my Throwback Thursday videos. Leave a suggestion or a comment for a future video. Thanks. Randall Park Mall opened on August 11th, 1976. Good year. The mall was built on a parcel that had been used for the Randall Park Racetrack, a horse racing facility between 1908 to 1935 and 1939 to 1968. Mr. DiPartolo had purchased the land in 1961. His city within a city was to be the nucleus of a grand development, which was to include 3 apartment buildings, 2 office towers, and a performing arts center, none of which ever saw fruition. His plans for a future of the area were stymied by court battles and zoning problems for over a decade, but in 1973, DiPartolo started tearing down the Randall Park Racetrack and announced plans to build the largest shopping mall in the United States on the 117-acre site, a complex that would challenge the downtown of Cleveland itself. Its close proximity to the Interstate 480, which had been built, made the trip from Cleveland to the suburbs much easier. It seemed DiPartolo couldn't have picked a better spot. Edward's brother, Frank DiPartolo, had designed the mall with uniquely tiled floors and ceilings, marble columns, and a distinctive and somewhat confusing system of ramps. Over 400 workers labored to realize the vision, and Edward DiPartolo frequently flew in via a personal helicopter to supervise the progress. What did come to pass was a $175 million, 1.5 million square foot bi-level shopping center. The mall opened on August 11, 1976 with a terrific gala. The Tommy Dorsey Orchestra played in the center, actress Dina Merrill schmoozed with attendees, and according to the Cleveland Scene, 5,000 guests feasted on 1,200 pounds of shrimp, crab and turkey, crepes filled with chicken and spinach, and trees trimmed with melon and cheese. There were over 200 stores, a 3-screen movie theater, and 9,000 parking spaces. In a town of 1,500, Randall Park Mall employed 5,000 people. Upon the mall opening, the mall had 5 anchor stores. A 2-level, 229,000 square foot JCPenney became the first operational store on February 25, 1976. A 3-level, 203,000 square foot Joseph Horn Company, aka Horns, opened on August 2, 1976. A 2-level, 285,000 square foot Sears, a 3-level, 200,000 square foot Higbee's. Also opening was a 2-level, 196,000 square foot May Company. Among the 152 charter tenants was Petrie's Ladies Wear, Camelot Music, Things Remembered, World Bazaar, Toyco, Diamonds Men and Boys Wear, and J. Riggings. The General Cinema Corporation Randall Park Cinema 1, 2, and 3 opened as part of the official mall dedication. The gigantic shopping center featured 2 separate stores for Fannie Farmer candies, Tom McCann shoes, Hot Sam Pretzels, and the Fun and Games arcade. It was floored with Mexican terrazzo. There was also carpeted recessed seating areas, 3 sets of escalators, and 9 staircases. Early on, Randall Park Mall developed a reputation for being unsafe that would lead to its downfall. Though the first year's sales totaled $140 million, the murder of Larry Cook, a 23-year-old father and son's shoe employee, just after Christmas in 1977, was an ominous sign. Cook had been shot in the back of the head with a .38 caliber gun and was robbed of $800 in cash and $500 in checks he had been carrying for the day's sales. His body was found 2 days later when a maintenance man spotted his feet sticking out of the snowdrift in a little-used section of the mall's parking lot. In 1979, Julius Kravitz, an executive from a regional food chain, was kidnapped with his wife. While she managed to escape, he was found in a parking lot across the street from Randall Park Mall and died a day later from his gunshot wounds. Beechwood Place Mall opened nearby in 1978 and attracted many of the wealthier shoppers in the area, but Randall Park still managed to remain profitable despite some fierce competition. By 1984, it was the nation's 6th largest mall, with over 170 stores and about 400,000 patrons during the holiday season. The mall's 9,000 parking spaces and a convenient access to Interstate 480 created an unanticipated problem, though: car theft. After his father-in-law's car was stolen from the Randall Park Mall, Charles Johnson invented the famous anti-theft device known as the club. Stories also began to spring up about muggings and gang violence, although these may have been exaggerated. Racial tension in the area was high, and the economy in the Cleveland suburbs was plummeting. Unsupervised teens was also an issue. In 1987, 8 teens were arrested when a jewelry store window was smashed and merchandise was stolen. There was also an incident where about 150 teenagers ran through the mall after a balloon popped and someone thought it was gunshots. Mall's ownership instituted a short-lived policy that teenagers must be escorted by adults at all times, but the damage was already done. North Randall's economy was deteriorating as the effects of deindustrialization rippled across the Rust Belt, and the mall was losing its luster. In July of 1992, Horns closed, with its upper level reopening as the Burlington Coat Factory. In August of 1992, Higbee's closed and reopened as Dillard's. In January of 1993, the May Company store closed and reopened as a Pittsburgh-based Kaufmann's. When Edward D. Bartolo Sr. died in 1994, the property went to the bank and was purchased by the Simon Property Group. In March of 1996, the D. Bartolo Realty Corporation had merged with the Simon Property Group. Simon D. Bartolo, as it was known now, embarked on a $20 million renovation of the Randall Park property in the summer of 1998. This included the installation of a new food court and a construction of a 12-screen Lowe's Cineplex Magic Johnson Theaters. This venue made its debut on December 9, 1999. In January of 2001, JCPenney, which had downsized to a JCPenney outlet store, closed. Regretfully, this remodeling did not cause a retail resuscitation of the struggling shopping center. By August of 2002, Simon had unloaded the Albatross. It fell into the hands of Witchard Realty in 2004, who did not pursue any sort of revitalization. Randall Park Mall now had 2 vacant anchors and over 100 empty store spaces. Meanwhile, a new lifestyle center had been built in the vicinity. Legacy Village, which was 5 miles northeast in Lyndhurst, was completed in 2003. In 2003, Dillard's closed its doors. It's hard to pinpoint an exact moment when Randall Park Mall began to decline, but once it started sliding downhill, the momentum picked up rapidly. In 2006, Kaufmann's closed and reopened as Macy's. The Magic Johnson Theater, now renamed the O Theater, had trouble attracting patrons to the dying mall. Even with half-price movie tickets, their total weekday attendance was 15 or less by 2008. In 2008, Macy's closed. The Penny's space had been occupied by Ohio Technical College, utilizing the store and freestanding auto center as the Power Sports Institute, a training center for motorcycle mechanics. Witchard Real Estate, who purchased the mall in 2006 for $6 million, was $200,000 behind on property taxes and had multiple mortgages on the mall. In 2009, Sears announced it was closing its Randall Park location, and with that, the mall's last anchor was gone. The few struggling stores inside the mall, many of which were owned by small business people doing their best to keep the mall afloat, were vacated a month later in March of 2009. The power was shut off in May, and save for a few dusty sunbeams streaking through the skylights on sunny afternoons, the mall went dark. Industrial Realty Group purchased the mall for $375,000, and it was finally torn down starting in 2014 and into 2015. The property now is home to an Amazon fulfillment center. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer was 8, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment or a suggestion for a mall from your childhood, or how about your favorite mall? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Eric C. Productions.